And welcome back to another episode of HealthSparx featuring the brightest entrepreneurs and innovations from the health and technology arena. I am your host, Michael Walsh. Another great episode this week. It's Omi Ogbrew, the founder of RxEconsult. It's kind of a interesting social networking site. It's kind of like a LinkedIn, but for a real specific niche of healthcare, just the professionals and businesses. It's a way to share content, connect with other people, find jobs. So he's here to tell us all about that. He launched it about a year ago now. Last year and a half, he's been growing the users and getting a bunch of content set up. Really having some good success with it. So glad he could join us. For all you first timers out there stopping by HealthSparx, what's this all about? It's about setting the record straight, people. Like, healthcare right now is going crazy. Tons of change, tons of confusion. So what are we all about here? Bringing on the best people, the smartest people in the room to tell us what's going on, what products they're launching, what services are out there, the tools, the tips, everything. I'm bringing it all to HealthSparx to share with you guys so that we can make better decisions about our healthcare and start to actually see some progress forward. I'm sick of hearing about all the problems that we have in healthcare. Guys, we have problems, but we're actually getting better. Things are improving because of this huge innovation wave we're seeing in health and technology right now. It's insane, but it's exciting. So that's what HealthSparx is all about, peeps. Glad you could stop by to check it out. So Omi Ogbrew today, excited to hear about what he's got. Before we jump into that, I want to mention, please subscribe to the show. You can do that right here on the website. Right above here, you click on subscribe. All this is a way for me to deliver the episodes to you each week. Promise there's no spam involved. It's just one email every Tuesday morning when the episodes come live. I will send the description, the information about the episode, the guest, a little bit about what we talked about, and then give you the links. That's it. Real simple, but real easy way to just get the stuff every week as opposed to having to always follow on Twitter or maybe you missed it or whatever. I can just get it to you. So just do it. I promise it's cool. So let's jump into it. Omi Ogbrew. Let's see what he has to say. All right, people. Today on HealthSparx, I welcome Omi Ogbrew, the founder of RxEconsult. Omi's coming to us today from New Jersey. He's got a background. It's I'm going to let him give you the details, but all sorts of experience in healthcare, a real neat product he's just launched here over the last year and a half. So excited to have Omi on the show to tell us all about it. Omi, my man, how's it going? Welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for having me, Michael. It's a
all
pleasure.
right, so before we get into things with RxEconsult, give us the 2-minute spiel on you a little bit. Tell us about you. Where are you from?
I'm originally from Nigeria. I've lived in many states in the U.S. I've been in the country, probably for the last, since the late 80s.
All right. And so if I'm, correct me if I'm wrong, you're a pharma dork, right? You came from the pharmacy background side of things, right?
Yes. I do have a PharmD. I'm a doctor of pharmacy. I did practice for a few years, and then I spent most of my career in the pharmaceutical industry.
All right. So where were you? What were you doing? Were you kind of come from big pharma, little pharma? Did you have, kind of pharmacy businesses somewhere? What were you doing?
Yeah, I was a medical science liaison, which is a scientific representative, a field scientific representative for a pharmaceutical company. And then I also was head of medical information for a couple of pharmaceutical companies as well.
All right, so you're going to have to tell me the horror story here. What happened along the way that gave you this idea for what is now RxEconsult? I mean, what happened?
Well, there really wasn't a horror story. It turned out that at some point in my career, I was looking at alternatives on what to do, and it occurred to me that if I wanted to use my skills as a consultant, how would I do it? And I had thought about different types of ideas, and then one day it just jumped at me that why do I want to be a consultant? Maybe I should help other consultants find opportunity. So that's where it started, and it just grew from there.
All right, so what is this thing that you've built? Like, take us through the last few years of your life, bringing this whole thing to life. What is it? What's it do? Give us the spiel.
Yeah, RxEconsult is a healthcare social network for businesses and professionals to share their knowledge. It turns out that by sharing your knowledge, that is the best way to get visibility on the internet. So when you share your knowledge, you do a number of things. You establish yourself as an expert. You help other people, both professionals and consumers who are looking for the type of information that you have to share. And then at the end of the day, when people see you as a thought leader, as an expert, it gives you tremendous visibility. And it's probably the cheapest way to build a following, to build your network on the internet. So that's what RxEconsult helps the healthcare community do, because you're able to collaborate with other healthcare professionals. And by using this platform to publish what you know, and it really can be very simple. So publishing things that, answering questions that other people have, if you have solved a problem before, sharing it, even your professional experience, sharing that gives people valuable information that they can use to develop their own careers and their businesses as well. And that's what the platform does.
So what makes this so different then from like some of the other stuff out there? I mean, social networking has just exploded here over the last, 5-10 years. So, I mean, what have you done with your development team and your partners to build this out that kind of separates it from some of the other platforms that are out there?
In a way, it's similar to a lot of the social networks that you see out there. So you have the basic things that you have to have in a social network: the ability to network, the ability to have user-generated content, the ability to be able to connect with people and be visible. So those are the Web 2.0 format. So those things are standard for social networks. What's different about RxEconsult is the first thing, it's a niche. So it focuses on healthcare. And it's a professional niche. So it focuses on that. But I think what really makes RxEconsult different is the ability for everyone who's a member to be able to share their knowledge through the publication of articles which are visible to the entire internet. So it's not a closed platform. The articles section of it is not closed. It's indexed by Google. So everyone can use it to share their knowledge, be visible, and find opportunities. It's not just a knowledge sharing platform either. You can also use it to find jobs as well, because we have a job section platform also, where employers post jobs and job seekers can find jobs.
Now, I know you mentioned that you're out in New Jersey, out in the East Coast. Are the majority of the users kind of coming from that demographic as well? Is that where you're getting most of the activity?
Actually, no. It's a global platform, so users are spread across the United States through all aspects of healthcare. And we have some international members.
Excellent. So, okay, I got to ask, and I'm not trying to put you on the old hot seat here, but so how does this make money? I mean, everybody asks that question about social networks. Everybody has their own model they follow for how they actually monetize one. So, what's the secret recipe here for how you guys have sort of made money with this?
There is no secret. We are starting with the basic and common ways that people make money on the internet. So that's through advertising is one aspect, and the other aspect of it is jobs that are posted.
So explain that to me. I've no knowledge of this. Pretend I'm a complete idiot when it comes to this. So how do you make money putting up job postings on a website?
Okay, so there are a number of ways that you could do it. So for us, we have two methods. We use either Google to post ads on the website, and as people click on those ads, we get revenue from Google. The other way that we get revenue is through paid job postings. So similar to a lot of career networks or websites, employers pay to post jobs on the website, so that job seekers can find those jobs and connect with them and get hired. So that's another way.
All right, so what's the user traffic through something like this, like currently? I mean, how many folks are coming in and out, on a weekly, monthly, quarterly basis?
Yeah, on a monthly basis, we get several thousand visitors to the website, and that fluctuates.
Now, are they mostly just there to absorb content? Are they spreading messages, connecting with people? I mean, what's the typical user behavior for someone that comes through this?
A lot of the users come to enjoy our content.
So it's
enjoy and share our content, and the second group of users come to find jobs and opportunities.
Now, it's just like you said, it's professionals, businesses, so we're kind of staying away from the patient, kind of the consumer end of things, right?
Well, not necessarily. So our member base is professionals, but our traffic base spans the gamut, because it really depends on what is bringing them. So, for instance, if one of our members posts an article that's, let's say, for example, top 10 things you should know about diabetes, for instance, that will bring you a whole gamut of people, from professionals to consumers as well. So it really depends on what's bringing.
So, how have you gone about marketing this and getting this out into the professional, the healthcare professional world's hands? Because again, there's a lot of networks out there. So, what have you guys done to really sort of deliver this to them to get them using it?
Well, that's actually the toughest part of this business. So there is a lot of competition for eyeballs. There are a lot of websites and a lot of things that people are doing on the internet. So our primary focus has been exactly what this website is about, which is sharing knowledge and sharing content. That's our marketing tool. So the articles that you see on the site are our primary marketing tool. And we believe that as long as our members and us continue to post good content that are useful to people, that we will get visibility. And that's what has really taken the website to where it is.
So taking a step back from your startup and your experience and just talking about healthcare in general, social media, social networking just across the board has been a difficult sell to this industry, has it not? I mean, it's tough to get a lot of folks in the healthcare space to get out and actually share. They're so scared at times. They don't want to get too involved or put themselves in a bad position of, sharing information about maybe a patient or, tipping their cards as far as their company's strategy. What have you seen as you've been in the industry all these years, like from, healthcare, and especially how it's changed now since social media has come around? Like, how difficult has this been for people to adopt this concept?
Well, I think in the healthcare world, it's a little bit slower to adopt social media and sharing information very freely. And I think a lot of it has to do with, what healthcare professionals do, and also what it means to people as well. So people may be concerned that, okay, if they put information out there, especially if it relates to the consumer, it may be misinterpreted, it may be misused, and harm could happen. So that's one aspect of it, not trusting the consumer to be discerning enough to use information appropriately. The other aspect of it, some healthcare professionals may be afraid that because of privacy laws, they may release patient information. That's another aspect. So all those are genuine concerns, but if you really look at what the consumer is doing on the internet, and if you look at some of the research that has been published, a lot of consumers, I believe from a Pew Internet report a few months ago, at least 35% of consumers say they've gone on, on the internet to look for healthcare information, either to diagnose themselves or somebody else's condition. So there is a need out there for people to have information and to use that information. What healthcare people need to do is figure out a way to share that information without encroaching on some of the concerns that they have. And there are ways to do that. I mean, there have been websites for years, like WebMD and MedicineNet, and several others that have been sharing healthcare information for years, and that really has not been an issue. So on a platform like RxEconsult, you're not discussing specific, patient data or specifically how to treat a particular person. You're just clarifying and sharing information that may be useful to a wide.
You're talking high-level concepts on the website, right? I mean, we're talking about
high-level concepts. Exactly. It could be something that's in the news. You're clarifying the issues. You're providing maybe some top-level insight that could be useful to a consumer. And in that kind of venue and platform, There really is very
I'm
little
looking
risk.
down. I'm on your profile page on RxEconsult right now, and like it's all we got. The articles here, everybody. We got Lipitor and diabetes, lemon this that may affect medication adherence. Yeah, adding accomplishments is the best resume. Like it's all just big picture items. We're not talking Johnny down at hospital ABC and his condition and his story, and it's not like that. We're talking big picture stuff here.
Exactly. And because of the way the platform is designed, this is not a platform for patient professional interaction, questions and answers.
Yeah, not like
it's really more professional. What knowledge do you want to share with the world? And if someone needs that knowledge for whatever reason, then here it is for them to use, learn from it. And, if they need to ask their physician some questions or share it with other people, that's really what the platform is.
So from your point of view, again, a big picture question, healthcare right now is just getting this huge facelift, right? I mean, there's a lot of change going on right now. What do you think the biggest challenge is in healthcare right now?
The challenge has always been the same. I mean, it's for one, the system is very complicated. The system of how patients are seen, treated, how healthcare is paid for has always been very complicated.
Getting more complicated.
And expensive.
Yeah.
And expensive. And there really isn't, I don't really see that that has been fixed. So there are lots of things that are going on. There are different types of healthcare models that are being experimented with. I think time will tell to see which one of those are going to work.
I was going to say, any startups or products that have come out recently, other than your own, obviously, that you're really excited about that could really make a huge difference in healthcare these days?
Well, I will tell you something that I learned about the other day, and it's not a startup, actually. It's actually a model for healthcare. I learned about it a few weeks ago, and I've been trying to learn about it even more. It's called concierge medicine. And what that is, and we recently published a couple articles on it on RxEconsult, and what that is really is physicians having a business relationship with their provider, direct care and direct pay. So you pay your physician a certain amount of money monthly or for a year, and they take care of you, and they're available to you. And you have appointments that are longer. You have appointments that where you can see them pretty much the same day or the next day.
Okay.
And they spend more time. You become a partner with them in regards to your care. I think that's actually quite
That's exciting. A little different.
Well, I think it's actually very interesting because there are many times where, I wanted to see my doctor and I call. It's like,
we'll see you in 3 weeks.
Yeah, we'll get an appointment for a week. So I'm thinking to myself, we cut out the insurance, folks. It becomes a consultant relationship.
Yeah, that's actually a hot trend right now. I feel like just that relationship directly between you, your doctor, and just paying cash, like keeping the insurance on the sidelines.
Right, and and there are different types of models, and some of them you still keep your insurance, maybe for emergency issues, or you still keep them anyway, and you're just paying for better care and better access. To others where your insurance is just minimal and your doctor handles most things. There are different permutations of this concept. But the idea that I can have a one-on-one relationship with my doctor, that sounds very interesting to me. So, I mean, there are lots of apps out there. There are lots of ways where you can, measure your vital statistics and communicate, electronically with people, with your doctor, and all. There are lots of things that are happening, especially with mobile health. And I can't keep up with all of them. But this actually interests me more than
I tell
all
people
of
that's
that.
my job at HealthSparx to keep up with all of them. I somehow have to keep up with all of these changes and deliver them. So, yeah, thanks, world. let's get back a little bit back into RxEconsult here. So what's next for you guys? I mean, you've been out and about now for the last year and a half doing your thing. What's kind of the next step?
Well, the next step is really determined by the community, by the healthcare community and the RxEconsult community. So right now, our focus is in sharing the idea behind RxEconsult and the value proposition for RxEconsult and getting the healthcare community to buy into that and to realize that this is a very great platform for them to educate the world and in the process gain a lot of visibility so they can find whatever opportunity.
Any big partnerships in the works or anything like that?
So,
any partnerships
say
in the
that
works?
again?
Or like, just a way to get all this great content out?
We have not gone that far yet. We have thought about it, and we still think about it, but we have not reached that point yet. I think we're still very early in the lifespan of our RxEconsult. So in the next couple of years, we'll see.
All right. So what advice do you have to kind of throw out there to the entrepreneur who might be listening, or even that industry professional who's out there listening, thinking about maybe launching a product of their own or figuring out how to build a personal brand and establish themselves as a thought leader? What could you tell them as a founder of a social networking site for healthcare to go and do?
Well, on RxEconsult, about a month ago, I published an article called 20 Tips for New Online Business Entrepreneurs, something like that. And in there, I tried to put in about 20 things that I've learned along the way in the last couple of years or so in trying to build RxEconsult. I think the first thing is, if you have an idea,
don't wait because someone else will.
Don't wait, just do it. You're not going to figure it out in the beginning, but you will as you move along. So don't wait to have it all perfect, to have it all.
You're going to screw up about 1,000
start.
times along the way, right?
and you will, and you'll learn from it, and you'll move on.
If I got $1 for every time I screwed up, I'd be a rich man. Omi.
There you go. And I think the second thing is get some money for marketing. You're going to need it.
It's expensive. You think it wouldn't be that bad, right? Like nowadays, certainly the barriers have come down to get the word out about what you do,
right.
But you still have to pay money to, use Google AdWords or to print marketing materials and leave them somewhere. Or whatever it is, whatever your strategy is going to be, it still costs money. Nothing's free.
Yeah, nothing's free. You're gonna need it. I think probably the third thing really is just know what you're getting into. It's not a part-time job. If you're really serious about this, it's gonna take you a lot of time. Did you build this kind of while you were still full-time and then leave to kind of come do this, full-time? How did that work when it all got started? Well, the idea started while I was still working, and testing out the concept started while I was still working. But the full, what you see right now took place after.
And then you came full-time, and it was... Okay.
Exactly. So it's not that people can't have their startups while they're still working and do both. Is they just need to know what they're getting into, that starting your own business is a lot of work. Yeah, it's certainly
no walk in the park. You're going to find yourself missing that paycheck every 2 weeks showing up in your bank account, I can tell you that much. But it has its rewards too, right?
Well, absolutely. There's a lot of satisfaction in knowing that, you built something, you own it, and you enjoy doing it.
And it could really help somebody else out. That's what I really love about what I get to do every week is the satisfaction that, I might not be making $1 million for all this just yet, but every week I get to help somebody else out, learn who they are, tell their story, and maybe help put them in touch with somebody else, and that's a difference to me. That's great. So certainly a value, right? Well,
absolutely.
Congratulations on all this. This is fantastic. Very excited to see kind of where this goes here the next year or two, like you said, as you continue to grow the user base and get it out in people's hands and kind of see just how much content you can accumulate and any partnerships you might be able to put together to really syndicate some of this stuff and get it out in everybody's face. So best of luck to you, and hoping that we can get you back maybe at some point to give us an update in the next 6 months or year when you get that big investor check or something like that. You can come back and tell us all about it and how you did it.
Thank you, Michael. I appreciate you having me on.
Okie dokie. Thanks for listening, everybody. And a huge thanks to Omi as well for joining me on today's show. That was great to hear all about what he's doing up in Jersey with RxEconsult. It sounds like he's got some things he's really onto up there with this whole concept. I'm excited to see what he's going to come up with. It's tough sometimes with social networking. There's just so many sites right now. Like he said, there's a lot of competition for people's attention. But something like this, it's really niche. And I mean, I've already just gone and joined the site and started sharing some stuff. And it is kind of cool to see what other people are putting out there. So for those of you listening in the healthcare world, this might be something you want to go check out. So RxEconsult.com. I'll put the links here on the episode page. So before we sign off, of course, a reminder that we are available on iTunes and Stitcher Radio, just kind of cool platforms that you can go check us out. Please leave us a review, leave us some feedback. We'd love to hear from you. And of course, you can contact me anytime right here on the website at healthsparx.com/contact. And last but not least, of course, please subscribe. Go to healthsparx.com/subscribe. Just a way for me to deliver the awesome content I put together every Tuesday to you. Real simple. Promise won't spam you. And I think that is about it. So, hope everybody's having a good week. Looking forward to next week's show. Until then, I'm your host, Michael Walsh. We'll talk to you then.